How is it going? I am going to make a video today about recovery because just coming off the back of one marathon and in training for another, there's quite a few things that I do kind of week to week to try and maximize my recovery. So I thought I'd take a little bit of time to talk through 5 things that I do for recovery. So I'm going to start with a device I use for recovery, and this kind of device is probably the thing that I've used the longest during my running journey. So massage guns. So I've had a number of iterations of massage guns, probably going back to maybe 2017 or 2018. My first one was actually a Aldi or Lidl jigsaw with an attachment that you could buy and you could screw on attachments for it. It worked, it was very powerful, it was also very loud and very cumbersome. I then moved on to one of the bigger, it was kind of a no brand one, but it was actually designed to be a proper massage gun. That was quite cheap and it didn't last particularly long. Then about 5 years ago, I bought a mini massage gun by a brand called Physion. It was about £60. It's actually served me really well. It's lasted 5 years. It's still, I would say, to a degree, going strong. The battery life isn't as good as it used to be and probably past its peak. So a few weeks ago, I was actually sent a new massage gun by the very kind people at Bob and Brad. I don't know if you've heard of them. Bob and Brad are physical therapists. They have a very, very popular YouTube channel with over 5 million subscribers. Unfortunately, Bob from Bob and Brad passed away a couple of months ago, but the YouTube channel still goes strong with Brad, Mike, and also Bob's children. They reached out to me, not them directly, and asked if I'd be interested in trying their massage gun. And because it's one of my most used devices, I said, sure. So they sent me over their Q2 Pro Mini massage gun, which is a similar size to my Physion one, but it's significantly quieter, which is quite nice. And also it comes with an attachment which I haven't had before, which is it's a hot and cold attachment. So you plug it in via USB, not necessarily while you're using it to charge it, and then you can have a hot setting and it gets nicely warm. You do really feel the impact of it and you feel the heat coming through it. And also a cold setting, once again you feel that keeps the it's kind of like a metal tip, for want of a better word, keeps that hot or cold. I think there's 2 settings on each, 2 heat settings, 2 cold settings, but that's been really good. You can find those, I think, on Amazon. I will link down in the description. They didn't tell me I had to make a video for it. They just said, if you like it, maybe you can talk about it in one of your videos. So I am. So I've really enjoyed using that. It's very powerful, which is good. It's got 5 different settings. So that is the first thing I use, the Bob and Brad Q2 Pro Mini. The next thing I use, I wouldn't say regularly, it's something that I tend to use when I'm traveling, more so when I'm at home, and that is a sleep mask. The very first people to reach out to me on this channel and ask if I'd be interested in trying one of their products is Manta Sleep. So this is from way long ago. They've not asked me to re-promote it, but I'm just talking about their sleep mask as part of what I use for recovery. So when I'm away from home and I might be in a place that doesn't have like blackout curtains or something like that, or if I'm traveling on a plane and I want to get some sleep, I have a sleep mask from Manta Sleep. I have the sound mask. So Manta Sleep range from about £30 up to £150. The sound mask is I think their most expensive product, about £150. The nice thing about it, and actually how I've been using it most recently, is you can actually peel the sound mask element off it and just have it as a kind of normal kind of sleep mask. So I've been using that. As I say, I don't tend to use it at home, but when I was in Amsterdam recently for the marathon, I used it there. Yeah, so it's one of those things that helps me get a good night's sleep pretty consistently if where I am sleeping is a bit inconsistent. The third thing I've been using for a few years in a couple of different iterations is ice bath. So initially I was using I think they call it a Lumi pod. That was okay. The problem was it was the kind of cheapest one that they made, and I wasn't using it with a chiller. I was finding it was okay, but it was a bit of a pain for a number of reasons. Making the ice domestic, like at home in a freezer, it was hard to make enough ice to get it cold enough when I wanted to use it. Also, it was a little bit of a pain in terms of cleaning. So for the amount I was using it, I was having to kind of clean it quite regularly. So recently I upgraded and bought a kind of more substantial ice bath, but I also with it got a chiller. So these are actually quite expensive to buy new, but I actually got this secondhand off Facebook Marketplace for just over £300 for the chiller and for the ice bath. The good thing about having a chiller is you don't actually need to add ice. So it keeps the water at a kind of constant temperature, which is very good. I put it down to about 8 degrees, and then I normally spend between 4 and 5 minutes in it. So that's good. The good thing is that the chiller has a filter on it, so it's always recycling the water. The other thing that I did actually buy new, and I got it from AliExpress because they're very expensive in the UK, is an ozone generator. Good morning, how are you doing? I'd read online about a way to really reduce the number of times that you have to clean ice baths is to use an ozone generator, and for 2 hours a day that kind of generates kind of ozone, and then you see bubbles come through this stone at the end as it recycles the water, I guess. You have to clean it a lot less, which is really good. I wouldn't say I particularly enjoy using the ice bath. It's something that I think does really benefit my recovery. I generally use it kind of straight after a pretty strenuous session, like not necessarily after easy runs, short easy runs, but after longer sessions or more intense sessions, that's when I use it. But yeah, I don't particularly enjoy it, but I do really see the benefits of doing it. Next, this is probably the newest thing that I've started using as part of my recovery, and it's compression boots. So this isn't a paid plug. I bought some boots from the brand Pulsio. They were £300. Slightly annoyingly, as soon as I bought them, they brought out a new model, but that's just the way it is. I think these are fine. The benefits of the new model is that you can also get some arm attachments for it, which I don't think I'd use, but you could also get some kind of hip and glute attachment for it, which I do think I would probably have used, but you know, oh well. These I generally use while I'm kind of watching telly in the evening after I've done a session. The pressure of the Pulsio ones goes up to about 200 mmHg. I typically use them at around 140, which feels kind of plenty. How they work is each boot has kind of 4 different air chambers, and they kind of fill up either, there's kind of 2 different models. You can have it so they kind of fill up individually, so they compress and then decompress, and then the next chamber compresses and decompresses, or you can have a setting where they kind of fill up starting from the foot, that fills up, and then that stays filled up as the next one fills up all the way to the top. My preferred setting is a combination setting, so it's about a half an hour cycle, and it cycles between kind of filling up the whole boot with air, and also then only filling in kind of each one. So jury is still out a little bit on the effectiveness of those. I haven't been using them long enough, I don't think, to really have as much experience as I do with the likes of a massage gun or with the ice bath, but I think they're working so far. The final thing I use is the thing I've been using probably the second longest after the massage gun, but this is the thing that I use all of the time. So after every single run that I do, I use the Recover app. So this is an app that, if you don't know, if you're a Strava premium member, you get access to this app for free. They are owned by Strava. I think this app is really good because you can customize plans depending on kind of the area of your body that you feel needs attention. So you can do things for kind of rehabilitation, or you can just have something as a recovery plan. So literally for the last 2 years, after all of my runs, I personally prefer, they've got a built-in program which is called Simple Lower Body Stretch. It takes me about 5 minutes to do. I know the routine like the back of my hand now, but I still tend to use the app because the app has a timer, which I find really useful. I've also used it in the past when I've been kind of coming back from injuries and things like that to just try and give me some exercises that will help focus on the part of the body that I'm looking to rehab. That is the Recover app, and if you are a Strava premium member, it's free to use, but I don't think a great deal of people know about it. So there you go. So that's it. That is a bit of a video about what I use for recovery. As part of recovery today, I didn't do parkrun. I volunteered at parkrun. I'm doing a half marathon tomorrow. Volunteering at parkrun is also a good way to help you recover, especially if you've got an imminent race coming up. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully that's been useful. Let me know down in the comments if I've had any glaring omissions that you use to help aid recovery, and I look forward to hearing about them. So until next time, see you then. See ya.